Hi, friends. Before we begin, I want to briefly name what we're doing in this series. Across these short Sit With It videos, we're creating space to slow down and build shared understanding around our shifts toward participatory practices, what it means, why it matters, and how it shows up in our work. Some of these videos will explore the values and ideas guiding this transition. Others will focus on how our governance and operational circles function within this model. Together, they're meant to help us align not just in what we do, but in how we understand and practice this work. In this episode, we're stepping into the role of a communications and marketing circle, what the circle does, and how that role shifts in a participatory approach. At its core, this circle helps our organization communicate clearly, authentically, and in alignment with our values. That includes shaping messaging, supporting outreach, and making sure people understand our work, our opportunities, and our impact. But in a participatory organization, communication isn't just about sharing information. It's about how power moves through stories, who shapes them, and whose voices are heard. Traditionally, communications and philanthropy focus on visibility, branding, and reporting outcomes. Those still matter, but here we're invited to go deeper. We move from telling stories about communities to telling stories with them. Our charter grounds us in this shift, calling us to amplify youth voice, practice inclusive communication, and co-create with community. So what does that look like in practice? First, we listen before we amplify. We begin with relationship, grounding our messaging in what we hear from youth, community members, and partners. Second, we practice shared authorship. We invite youth and community into the storytelling process, co-creating content, reviewing messaging, and sometimes leading the narrative themselves. Third, we act as stewards of integrity, not just image. We ask, is this honest? Is this respectful? Does this reflect the full story, not just the polished version? Fourth, we translate complexity without flattening it. Participatory work can be nuanced. Our role is to make it understandable without losing meaning. And fifth, we practice transparency as trust building. We share not just outcomes, but process, how decisions are made, what we're learning, and how we're evolving. Together, these form our participatory communications principles. Nothing about us without us, listen first, speak second, share authorship, hold integrity over image, make complexity accessible, practice transparency, center youth voice as leadership. Now, this work isn't always easy. It takes time, requires flexibility, and it asks us to let go of control in favor of collaboration. But what it creates is powerful. Stories that build connection, messages that reflect real voices, and communication that strengthens relationships rather than replacing them. So here's the question we're sitting with. Are we willing to move from managing the narrative to co-creating it? Because in participatory work, communication isn't just a function. It's a shared responsibility and a practice of alignment, accountability, and respect. The question isn't just how this works, it's how it's working on us. Let's keep sitting with it.